or a comment. Welcome to the Cameron Sadeghi Show once again. Back here, pretty evident, but still gotta announce it. We are back and ready to go to talk about something very emotional to a lot of people and something that really surprised me. Surprising is probably the one word that a lot of people have used, and sorry for that, but I'm gonna have to use it. But here, Lance Armstrong. Those of you, and this is all over the news, all over Sports Talk Radio, loose cannons, the loose cannons on Fox Sports Radio, Vic the Brick, Steve Hartman discussing it. I heard about it on the radio. Pat O'Brien wasn't there for today, but they were talking about what they think of the whole situation. But let me just clear the details for you. According to USA Today, Lance Armstrong is banned for life for cycling and is stripped of 7 Tour de France victories. All of them. And as we know, he fought cancer. He's done everything. He fought cancer. Always, trying to, battle back. Always made some had some legendary moments over the course of his whole entire career. And today, sadly, the USADA says that the agency's action came one day after Armstrong decided not to fight the doping charges. Okay, we'll just kind of skim through this. USDA CEO Travis Tygart said in the release, "Nobody wins when an athlete decides to cheat with dangerous performance-enhancing drugs, but clean athletes at every level expect those of us here on their behalf to pursue the truth to ensure the win-at-all-costs culture does not permanently overtake fair, honest competition." And you know what? This whole issue, I don't know who to believe. I don't know who to believe, because these accusations are, to me, these accusations are so, we're testing him in the court of public opinion. That's basically what we're doing. We still don't have enough details, so I'm not going to come out here and say he's guilty. That would be completely my fault if I'd do that. Some people have gone on to shows and they've already said that. Now, this is a lot of mixed reactions here, so I'm going to be very careful with what I'm going to say here. With Armstrong, I have to say, he comes across, I mean, he's tired emotionally, physically, financially, just everything. But I don't know who to believe. I don't know who to believe. Because if Armstrong claims he did not take the performance-enhancing drugs, why did he not fight for it? Why did he not come out and say, hey, you know what, I'm going to fight for myself. I'm going to tell the USADA, and I'm going to tell everyone that I didn't do it, and I'm not going to stop, and I'm going to fight for myself. Why didn't he do that? If he really believes in it, if you believe in something wholeheartedly, you go chase for it. And that's anything in life, right? If you want that job, and you want it desperately, and your heart wants it, you go for it. Right? I mean, those of you who have always who finally received it, who finally got a job or whatever, or something that you've wanted to do, if you want to, go get that video game or whatever it may be, you want to get that Xbox, but then, you have to go pay for it yourself, and then you do get a lemonade, just all these different things. If you want something, you go get it. I didn't see that with Armstrong. I didn't see that, and you can say all you want how he was tired, and he's not up for it at the age of 40 years old, and all the things that he's gone through, but it's been a crazy, crazy career. And cancer survivors say they'll never forget And people are criticizing the USADA. Some are criticizing Armstrong. I don't know who to believe. I've seen people close to him say that he's taken performance-enhancing drugs. And look, this is still not over. We still have to, there's still legal proceedings to go through. So let's not go to the court of public opinion. I'm not going to tell you sitting here and I'm not in the court and I'm not really involved. I'm not a part of the USADA. I'm not a friend of Lance Armstrong. I never talked to the guy. I don't know who. I've never been in the USADA. I'm not associated with these people. So I have no clue. I don't know the evidence in particular. I don't know any of these things. So I'm not going to say he's guilty. But if this guy is going to come out here and just flat out quit and say, you know what, I'm going to let this go and I'm going to just say bye-bye. No. Fight for it. And some are saying he doesn't have to fight for it because he's already provided us with great memories. And I'm looking at the comments. But, I mean, some people saying he was, you know, to me, people say that, you know, that what does this have to do with France? LOL. Tigard is mostly decidedly not French. All these different things. There's just the comment boards are lighting up on USA Today. And I want to read this comment by this one guy. I think that's pretty interesting. Anyone with a 5th grade education knows that this was an admission of guilt disguised as a contempt for the process. Why on earth would one not fight baseless charges tooth and nail to the bitter end? Because one is guilty and the accuser has proof one's high-ranking legal team cannot overcome. Thanks for bringing the specter of doping to triathlon and a feeble attempt to make it look like you rule retired from cycling and weren't merely trying to run away from the inevitable. You are a disgrace to all competitive athletes and will forever be synonymous with cheating, Mr. Armstrong. You know what? I don't know, guys. I don't know. I kind of agree with what he says, and I kind of disagree. There's not enough evidence. We're jumping to conclusions. It's a tough issue, guys. This is not just an issue that you can just gloss over or make a wild claim. I'm not going to do that. I ain't no Skip Bayless. I'm no Rush Limbaugh. I'm no Bill O'Reilly. I'm Cameron Sadeghi, and I'm going to tell you that we have to wait for this, but it's something I want to bring up. Because I would fight. I'm going to tell you, and you know what? He doesn't have to take my advice. Please don't take my advice for it. But I'm just saying from my perspective. I'd fight for everything even if I knew I was wrong. Well, no, I would. If I knew, and when he said he knows he didn't do it, if I knew that I did not do it, I'd fight till the end. I'd go down swinging, okay? Now, I don't know why Armstrong won't do it. To me, it sends a message. It indicates that he knows he did wrong. So he's saying he didn't. So now he's saying, I'm getting out of this because I know I did it wrong, but he's saying it indirectly and trying to make everyone... I just don't know. This is such a hard issue, and you can call in, you can comment, you can chat right now and ask me, because I don't know what to believe of this. And it's something that has happened all over the sports world. I've seen it so many times where guys, time and time and time again, say, I didn't take performance-enhancing drugs. And they go deny, but then they get caught. So, when am I supposed to believe? We've got a double standard in sports, especially in performance-enhancing drugs and steroids. You can't go out there and we got so many guys who are trying to cheat. So many. To me, I think I've gotten to a point, and I'm saying the overall general perspective of sports, as a true sports fan, and I've seen a lot of sports media members who are always skeptical of guys taking steroids. I mean, look at Skip Bayless went on to his show and said, "Hey guys, I think Derek Jeter takes roids. He takes steroids, everybody." How do we know that? You know why he says it? Because he's so skeptical. Because all of us are skeptical. Because how did Derek Jeter go from, declining to all of a sudden a big spike in stats? To me, it's such a hard issue. It's so hard to know. I don't know what to believe. I don't know who takes steroids. But whenever I watch games, I wonder. I don't know if you do. You might. Some people say they don't watch sports because of this. Roids, performance-enhancing drugs, and these types of substances have affected the world wide of sports negatively through a large amount. You know what? I think I've gotten to a point where I think everyone should just take steroids. Because, you know what? Just say steroids are okay. Because if guys are going to cheat, might as well everyone cheats. That's just my whole thought process on this situation. And you can tweet me at SM_Cameron. You can ask me questions. And I want to know. I want to know in your heart what you feel about this. Tweet me at SM_Cameron. Call in 949-456-2911. Comment on the chat board. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know what you think about sports and cheating and performance-enhancing drugs. Because if we can't come to a point where we recognize, where we need to come to realize as a whole nation that if we're going to get to this point, might as well let steroids happen in sports all the time. Because we're never going to end this the way it's going. We got to find a way to end this. Because if you're taking steroids, you're honestly not that good. If you're taking performance-enhancing drugs, you're not that good. And you know what? With Armstrong, I don't know. But I'm just talking about generalities here. I'm talking about the general aspect of sports. And we've got a caller here. Let's let him on. Hello, what do you have to say about this?
I'm talking about the general aspect of sports. Hello?
Yes, could you turn off the radio, please?
Sure. What do you have to say about this? I'm a new caller.
Okay. Well, what do you want to talk? Do you want to discuss Lance Armstrong?
Sure. If it's okay, I wanted to make a comment about the Jets, New York Jets.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I think New York Jets, although they have Tim Tebow as a quarterback and a backup quarterback, I think they'll make the playoffs. And I think probably during the mid-season, they'll go ahead and put Tim Tebow in the lineup. But I think they're going to make it to the playoffs and they're going to make it big. But I think the only challenge they'll have is the New England Patriots. I wanted to see what your thoughts are on that.
Well,
thank you for taking my call.
Alright, thank you. Okay, really quickly, I just think the New York Jets are lackluster offensively, and I think they cannot compete with Buffalo or New England offensively. They can't compete with Houston. They can't put up enough points in this league, in the NFL, where it's a passing league where you need to distribute, you need to score 28 plus. I don't think they can do that on a consistent basis. Their defense is aging, and I don't know. Rex is running a chaotic ship. I don't see it happening. Sorry, I don't see the Jets making the playoffs. Only if Tim Tebow makes a miracle throws for, I don't know, who knows, but he makes a ton of comebacks and miracles happen, and I don't know. I just don't see it happening. I don't. Only if Tim Tebow makes a miracle. And I mean, too bad. I mean, if you had Al Michaels here saying, "Do you